homemade Bulgarian mikichki. Hello everybody, and welcome to What I Eat with my baba in the Balkans. Specifically, we're in Bulgaria, but I think this is going to apply to a lot of people living out here in the Balkans. To get started, I'll give you just a little bit of background about myself. My name is Laurie, I'm Bulgarian, but I lived in New York, Manhattan, basically all my life. I would go to Bulgaria over the summers to see my family, but one day I just woke up and decided I had enough of city life. I dropped everything and I just moved with a tiny little luggage to a small farm in Bulgaria. To begin our day, we're going to wake up and go foraging for fresh berries. Berries back in New York have absolutely no flavor, so this is one of my favorite things to do on the farm. You can find blackberries, blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries in abundance, and you don't have to live on a farm to do so. You can drive over to a nearby forest, even from the city. I'm gonna win. We were also lucky enough to come across a tree full of janki, or in English translates to green plums. I'll show you guys later what my baba's gonna do with these beauties. Now let's get to these delicious things that you guys saw in the beginning. These are called mikichki and buhtichki, my grandma's specialty.
Good morning, everyone. It's a new day, and today we're going to be having mikichki for breakfast, which is like a zeppoli type of thing, I guess you could say. I guess I'll show you her kitchen while the oil is heating up. This is her outdoor section. Here's the inside. Here she's just heating up some oil. Hopes to fatten me up a little bit now. I guess grandmas always think that.
Yeah. How many of you guys have grandmas who always think you're too skinny no matter how much you eat? But it's a good thing. It means they're always going to be cooking for us.
And meanwhile, I'm gonna make Bulgarian ayran. This is something that we have in the mornings.
Here we go. Let me choose the rawest one. Remember those green plums or janki that we collected earlier? Well, this was their fate. My baba loves to make jams out of pretty much everything, but we did make one more thing out of them, which I will show you guys a bit later. We enjoyed it for dinner. Now we're in the... So you can take a look. This is where you go if you don't grow your own food. It's not bad. It's all still pretty fresh. Here's the mushrooms. Nothing like growing your own food, but not bad. This is just one of the many. And everything changes seasonally. So now we're June, so you're having a lot of strawberries, cherries, tomatoes. During the winter, you're gonna have a lot of onions, cabbages, things like that. Potatoes. And this is a wonderful little store that just sells spices, herbs, walnuts, you see? Everything, and everything is hand-picked, grown. Well, they're grown in the wild, but this is a really great tea. Mursalski chai. We have it. It's very similar to something that we have on the farm, maybe that's why I like it. Here we've got peppers. Different types. Maybe let's pick one or two. A green and a red. There we go. For the salad. Woo! after that long walk at the bazaar, we're gonna have to make lunch quickly because we are starving. What you're seeing here is kyopulu, and it's essentially eggplant, those peppers that you saw us picking, and onions. You roast all three, you put a lot of garlic and parsley. That's our recipe. There's many ways to make it, but that's one thing we're gonna be enjoying for lunch. And on the side, we're also going to be making some pickled vegetables. In Bulgaria, we call this trushia. And those who know me, you know that I'm really big on trushi because it's just a really easy salad that you can enjoy all year round. And essentially what it was is back in the day, people had no other way to preserve their vegetables and fruits, by the way. Those janki or green plums you saw earlier can also be made into trushia. I have a whole video on how to make cabbage trushia, which I'll include in the description. I would suggest trying it. It's not hard to make at all. Какво друго ще правиш? Пълнено пиле, нали? Stuffed chicken with potatoes, and this is what she's gonna stuff the chicken with. Rice and vegetables. Какво си сложила вътре? Carrots, onions,
чушка,
peppers.
морков,
Да?
чубрица, черпипер,
Bulgarian chubritsa. It's like
Sofia.
oregano,
малко
raisins,
сфиди
black pepper,
и две гъбки колко.
and 2 mushrooms. And that's gonna be the stuffing.
Така се запържи малко.
Oh, and she made chicken soup. It looks like a mess, but it's really good.
Така се запържи. Купчето ще му сложа. Само че охладеното и всичко е като здряка. Меко.
Now you guys can see she's stuffing the bird, the chicken. Bird sounds weird, the chicken. In Bulgarian we say bird. Pileto. Pileku koshkata or chicken, either way. So she rubbed it with butter, oil, and red pepper. Now we're gonna cut the potatoes. I think we're gonna need a little more potatoes, but we're gonna stuff them on the side, and in the oven she goes.
Късна ли ми нещо на главата?
Не. Keeps on meowing. Какво бе, коте? What do you need? You're hungry? Okay, 1 second.
Дай малко тук.
Only downside is I can't send you anything through the screen. I want you guys to taste this. Homemade cheese. Bulgarian cheese. Don't call it feta. It's Bulgarian cheese. We put it in our salad. And may the feast begin. Just in case my sister and I start losing weight, says my grandma.
Че нямам ракийка.
Имаш.
So this is moussaka, which is basically potatoes and ground beef, or ground pork actually. Beef and pork with egg on top and a couple of other vegetables and spices my grandma puts inside. Oh, okay. Let's see the inside.
Not how I wanted to do it, but okay.
Oh, sorry. There it is.
But it's fun,
And then you eat it with kisomryaku. How do you say it? Yogurt. Why am I forgetting English? In this case, it's goat yogurt.
Има и от другото кисело млеко. Лъжи се. Ти донесу лъжи се.
Аз имам втора чиния. Знаете.
Good morning, everybody. We just woke up from our daily siesta. Yes, in Bulgaria, we follow that tradition. We sleep in the afternoons. How does everyone go to work and find a way to sleep in the afternoons? I honestly don't know, but there somehow is a way to balance the two. What you're seeing here is my grandma making her special pitka. She's a dough person. She loves everything that has to do with dough, and she has magic hands when it comes to dough. It's like fresh bread. Let's see what we have here. Some fresh spinach from the garden. Заповядай, спанак от градината.
И защо е такъв замразен ли?
Well, we froze it. Yeah, замразене. We froze it. Замразене, защото иначе няма да издържи пътя. We froze it so that it can survive the road. Here are some of our lukanki. For those of you who have watched my meat videos, you'll know. Krastavitsi. A lot of cucumbers from the garden. Виж колко краставици от градината. Some more spinach. So краставици. Аха, това е от агнето, дето направихме. Drop sarmata. This is from the lamb that we celebrated with the other day. It's something called drop sarma, which is rice and internal organs. It's a very traditional Bulgarian thing. Да, готово е. И кайма. Some homemade, from our own pig, ground pork. И още краставици. Some more cucumbers. To give you guys some background, my two grandmas live in cities in Bulgaria. This Baba that you're seeing here is Baba Nina, and she lives in the capital Sofia. My other grandma, Baba Vera, lives in Pazarjik. And whenever I can, I always bring some provisions from the farm, because even though they have those beautiful pazari, I think that there's nothing that can beat fresh farm food, and they always get really excited about everything that I bring. While we were at the Pazar today with Baba, we were lucky enough to find some chestnuts. And this was a big deal because they're usually only available around October, November. Everything on the Pazar is very seasonal. So we kind of eat what's based on the season. Here we got lucky, so we were sure to grab them. If you guys haven't tried chestnuts, please do so. They are so good. Actually, to give you guys an idea of how different the Pazar is throughout the year at the different seasons, here is from December, and you guys can see the vegetables and fruits are completely different than what you saw from the summer. It's actually giving me the idea. I think I'm going to make videos like this, except for the different seasons.
Те не са виждали кестени и не знаят какво е кестени.
Да.
Това изяваме да ги опита да види какво е.
Pretty amazing, actually, how everything is based on seasons here. You don't really have that back in New York. Everything is available all the time. Just another difference between New York and Bulgaria. And finally, time for dinner. And no, we can't eat the same thing twice in one day. My grandma just does not allow that. So what you're seeing here is sach, and it's basically a clay pot where you cook meat and vegetables all together, and the result is just something out of this world delicious.
Не се знае дали е много вкусно.
Много ще е вкусно.
Трябва да опитате първо.
And this is just one of the many reasons I love my babas so much. They do so much. They're like superheroes, and yet they're so humble. Ajde! Na zdrave! Oh, that's okay. A little rakika went inside the sach.
That's a good thing.
And finally, back to what I promised you guys from the beginning. And no, I didn't forget our janki, or green plums. What my baba made out of them is this. An absolutely delicious Michelin star status tart. I have no idea, honestly, how she made this or when she made this. I'm telling you, superhero status, because she made like 6 manjas today. But it was the perfect end to a perfect day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and happy eating.